So here we are in 3DSMax. So in 3DSMax, you would go to the Create panel, and you grab standard primitives, and you drop in a box, and you draw it on the grid, and you do that. That's one way of doing it. The other way is to go to the command panel here, and you hit the box, and you create a box. So what you'll find is that in both Max and in Blender, the middle mouse button is what allows you to orbit, pan, and zoom. At least zoom in Blender, but not in Max. Okay, so in Max you'd hit Alt and middle mouse to pan, to orbit. Sorry, you would just hit the middle mouse on its own to pan the camera, and you would use the scroll mouse to zoom, right? So what you'll find in Blender is that it's a similar setup. Like when you open up Blender, it gives you this default cube, and this thing here is called the 3D cursor, and we'll talk about this in a little bit. This is a point light that they have in the system by default, and this is the camera, right? Just to familiarize you with this. So in Blender, the middle mouse, right now I'm holding down the middle mouse and I'm just moving, orbits the camera. To pan the camera, you use Shift with the middle mouse, right? You're holding the middle mouse and you're dragging, and you use Control with the middle mouse to zoom. So that's the basic, viewport navigation function that you'd need just to get started. But I'll quickly talk through the UI, right? So just like in Maya, in 3DSMax, you have this panel here that tells you what's in the scene. It's like an outliner, I guess. I think it might actually be called an outliner. But so in Max, what you would do is you'd go to Tools, and you'd go to Scene Explorer, right? So that panel there is the equivalent of the Scene Explorer in 3ds. So this portion here is a panel that tells you the attributes of your object. So right now it's telling you the attributes of a camera. If you selected the cube, it would give you the location, it would give you the rotation, and it would give you the scale of the cube. This is a bit like the outliner that you have in Maya. In Max, if you grab this cube here and you hit the transform, you've got the same things there. You can zero things out from here. You can look at the rotation, and you can look at the scale.